fisherman Alex Williams. I was delighted when Alex said, look, I'm going to nip home, get my double kayak and what have you, and bring it back down. It'll only take me about 20 minutes or so. But we can probably have a paddle round about the harbour and we'll see what it's like at the entrance. But it turned out it worked well.
So I brought down my double two-seated kayak. I bought this so that I could kayak with my wife and my 3-year-old. It's got a fishing kayak as well. It's got some rod holders at the back, just 2 little ports that I can put my rods in. We're going to go around Dunbar Harbour. We'll have a little look at the entrance. We're on a spring low. It's one of the biggest low tides of the year, and the harbour entrance has a little sandbar, and it does look like the waves are just breaking over that sandbar, so we might not get out the harbour, but we're just going to go for a paddle, let you feel what it feels like to be in a fishing kayak, and we'll go from there.
Take it from there. Okay, fair enough. So effectively all I've got on is a pair of bog standard Dunlop wellies,
yeah,
and a pair of waterproof trousers. That'll be okay?
Okay. Normally we would wear a dry suit. Given the water temperatures of the year, we're at 6 degrees today, so it is quite chilly in the water. But since we're just going around the harbour,
right,
right,
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, you in?
I'm in. Sort of collapsed in, but yes, I'm in. There we go.
Okay, Mark, I'm just going to push us forwards into the water a little bit.
And that's us.
Okay.
Very nearly afloat.
And I'll just get in behind you. Okay. And I'll just push us off. Shimmy us forwards.
Shove it forwards. And needless to say, as soon as we come out of the water, we were actually underneath the bridge from one side of the harbour to the other. It was dry under there.
You're away, Mark.
As we moved away, it's starting to rain.
Yeah. So that's us going on a little adventure there. Are you comfortable there, Mark?
Yep, absolutely fine.
Yes,
absolutely fine. No problem.
That's fine. So, Dunbar Harbour is a beautiful place. We've got a lot of fishing boats that run out here, and we're just going to paddle up to the entrance
and see what happens. Oh, there was a seal. There's a seal in the harbour too.
Oh, brilliant. We'll go and see if we can see the seal. They're sometimes quite inquisitive. We'll not get too close to it, but if it decides to come to see us, then we'll say hello.
It didn't look wildly keen at our presence. It certainly dived, but it might come back up. You never know.
The thing about Dunbar...
There it is. See it? Straight ahead.
Oh, I see, yes. Looks like a little harbour seal. We've got 2 seals that stay in the harbour, Sammy and Sally. And they like to spend a lot of time with us. The thing about living in Dunbar and fishing from Dunbar is that we get a lot of northerlies, and you can see here, Mark, as we look at the entrance, quite a big bit of swell rolling in there. So we're not going to go and look outside, just because of that swell. I don't want to put us in any danger. No. It's something that when we're kayak fishing, it's great to go out and catch fish, but we do have to be careful to make sure that we're staying safe on the water.
Okay. I don't know whether it's Sammy or Sally, but certainly the head is up. It's just watching us. And there's a fishing boat thinking about coming in.
I'm just going to pull us over to the corner, just out of the way of the fishing boat.
No, that's fine by me. It is a beautiful old harbour, this. It's quite a large area we're in at the moment. This will be the biggest bit. But essentially you've got 3 harbours here at Dunbar. You know, there's that bit the other side of the bridge, and then yet another bit.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the main harbour that we're in, and then we've got the Broadhaven, which is the bit in the middle, and the Cromwell Harbour down at the back there. Okay. So the three main harbours here in Dunbar, and the fishing boats tend to work out of this main harbour along with the yachts, and we're drifting towards the buoys and the moorings for the yachts just now. Okay. And you can feel a bit of swell picking us up there.
Ever so slightly.
And we've got there's great access to the sort of fishing and the local fishing community of Dunbar. Most of it is lobstering. There's some sort of prawn and shrimp langoustine fishing, and then we've got some cod fishing as well that goes on in this area. So that's us, really.
I took a wander around the harbour earlier, and that sort of low walled building directly ahead of us now, and that's the old battery which was set up to defend Dunbar against American raiders.
Yeah, it's also been a hospital in its time, and it's currently used as a community sort of entertainment venue at the moment. In the summer there's often open air concerts and some plays put on to the entertainment of the locals.
You know, I was saying earlier that one of the things I like about being in canoes or kayaks is how relaxing it is. That is true, but I also find that nowadays when I get into them, I'm as stiff as a board for about the first 2 or 3 minutes because your hips have got to be kind of loose in this lark.
Yeah, it's not so much in a sit-on-top kayak. We're quite lucky because they're so big and stable. We can have a little bit more play in our hips, unlike a sitting kayak where the hips are moving the boat.
Yeah.
We've got a bit more space to kind of relax. The wonderful thing about sitting kayak fishing is that my fortress, as my friends call it, I can sit in really quite rough water and just fish to my heart's content, not worrying about needing to stay moving to stay safe.
What's the biggest fish you've caught on this lark?
Biggest one from my boat would be a 10 or 11 pound cod. You know, I'll say it's 11 pound, but it's probably
Might have been 12. Might have been 12.
Yeah, 12,
yeah,
15. That was fishing in this area, not very far from here at all. And I caught that using a 5-foot rod, which gave me a lot of movement around the kayak as it was playing in the water in front of me.
Okay.
And yeah, it was good.
Do you actually cast from this thing?
I can cast from this thing. A sitting down over the shoulder little throw is a great way to sort of extend your range depending on what the fish we're looking for.
Okay. Well, I have to say, I can really see the attraction in this. There's just something very mindful about it.
Yeah, I myself work in the emergency services, and something that I find really refreshing about being on the water to sort of cleanse the mind, especially after a tough day at work, just the bobbing of the waves. We've got some rain falling on us today, and sort of the focus that's needed to feel and catch the fish is something that I find just really sort of calming and relaxing.
Kayak fisherman Alex Williams there. Now,
Yes, fish on. That's what we wanted. On the casting rod. Fish on. Oh, no fish off? No, fish on, yes. Here we go. I'm setting up my stuff. And there's a seagull with a flatfish. Come on, off with the swell. Oh, come on. Let's put him closer towards it. Another good fish. And away he goes.